Hey guys, and welcome to the first Into the Flames mobile devlog. Tonight I will be talking about some of the features coming into this game, the differences between this game and Into the Flames 1, and the platforms it's coming to. So, what separates this from Into the Flames 1 is this is a much more simplistic game. It has some fire system differences. For starters, there's going to be a nice list that you can follow to find out how to put emergencies under control, which would be something like extinguish the fire, remove the smoke, rescue the victim, shut off the gas and electric, and stuff like that. There's going to be multiple ways to do each objective. For instance, to remove the smoke, you'll be able to either put a fan at the door, or bust a window, or vent the roof. So, some other changes to this is there'll be stats and a leveling up system. So, for example, on Into the Flames 1, if you go to force this door, you got to mash the mouse button. It's a random chance, and you could either open it on your first try or your 10th try. So this time, for every interaction in the game, for the most part, that matters. Not like getting into the truck or something like that, but like activating something or whatever, an animation will play. By default, let's say the door is a 10-second animation. So your player walks up to the door, you lock onto it, you activate it with your axe, and you're just sitting there chopping for 10 seconds until the door comes down. So once you level up, which you'll get XP for doing pretty much every action in the game, putting out fire, breaking doors, you'll get points and stuff. You'll be able to put skill points into these different areas to be able to do things faster. So eventually, like let's say a maxed out forcible entry skill, you'll be able to open this door in 1 to 2 seconds instead of waiting 10 seconds. So what this allows is if you have someone that's more experienced as a forcible entry guy, you may want him to start forcing the doors versus having a new guy forcing the doors. But you can play however you want. There'll be a bunch of different play styles that'll work just fine. So we'll go over some of the stats that I made. So forcible entry, which is forcing the doors. Axe, breaking down doors, destroying stuff, obstacles, stuff like that. Venting, which would be cutting the roof or even possibly open the doors. So I may have change this to saw. Extinguishment, putting out fire using fire extinguisher. Vehicle rescue, cutting on cars with people trapped. Hazmat, how fast you could probably walk with a barrel, or like if you have to activate like a valve or something. Victim removal, how fast you'd be able to move with the victims. Stamina, which would be how fast your air goes down. Saltiness is how much temperature you can withstand before you start taking damage to your health. And intelligence is just general actions. Maybe opening a hydrant or something like that. So there's going to be a temperature system with the fires. Someone who's maxed out on Saudi that's been to a lot of fires, they can probably withstand more temperature than the new guy. So I don't know what the level cap's going to be, but I'm going to have different character slots. And you'll be able to... You won't be able to max out everything on a character, but you will be able to kind of specialize that character into something. And you'll be able to change them on the fly in game. So I don't know how many slots there's going to be, but if you go to play with your friends, let's say you want to be the trucky or something, then you might want a character that's maxed out on your forcible entry tool, your venting, and maybe your victim removal and sawdiness or something like that, you know. Engine guy, you'd want extinguishment, maybe stamina, stuff like that. So this should add a good amount of replayability, and you can still customize your experience to play how you want. Some other things. So because I plan on bringing this to PC, I have the system set up. So when I make a build, I can choose what platform I'm making the build for, and there's like a small thing to change in project settings. So basically, if I go in here, I'm gonna set it up like pretending I'm gonna make a build for iOS. You do that, compile, and now when we play, you can see we have mobile controls and we have all these like mobile buttons and stuff. So if I go back, disable this option. Now let's say I'm making it for PC. The mobile controls are gone. We have full mouse and keyboard controls. So this, in a sense, is more of a simulator than Into the Flames 1. It's a lot depending on kind of like your player's actions. Maybe even more RPG like, I guess. So you can't just walk up to a door and kind of like press one button or whatever. Well, it's kind of the same, I guess. But so you would lock onto it, walk up to here with your axe, and press a button. There's no animation yet, but after 10 seconds, this door goes away. Yep, there we go. So as you can see, it took a pretty long time. Whereas like a Saudi character, if I go back in here, let's say axe. Can't remember what it's supposed to be, but I think it's that. I think it goes down. So let's say we have a character that's maxed out on our axe now. Press a button. Now you can see we forced right into that. Broke right into it. So some other differences, the windows are going to be blacked out now. You'll still be able to break them and climb into them. However, I wanted to add more like a element of surprise for the players. So you may never know what conditions you have unless the window's already broken out with fire blown out of it. So some people may like that, some people won't. But I just add more kind of like mystery to always. Oh, I pull it up and I can see the fire inside. You know how you can on Into Flames 1. So like usually you can see the fire through the windows down the block. Where that's not fully realistic because sometimes you pull up on a real house in real life and you may have a good fire going and not even know it because it's in a back bedroom or something like that where like in the flame kind of see right through it. Some other things is the fire spread will probably be random this time instead of kind of like room to room to room. That should keep people on their toes. But before it spreads, I'm going to have the smoke in the next room that starts. So you know that it's about to flash or whatever to that room. So you can either hurry up and get that victim out or whatever, search the room, or just evacuate. So like I said, there are quite a few different changes compared to the other game. So, for instance, with the vehicles as well. So there'll be 4 vehicles: an engine, a ladder, a rescue, and a command truck. And you'll be able to upgrade your vehicles as well. So you'll get money on top of getting XP, and you can use the money to upgrade your vehicles, and that'll carry over to future games. I may allow like a host option, so maybe you can start fresh, but it's whatever you want, really. So you'll be able to maybe upgrade your speed, maybe your brakes, durability of the truck, because I do kind of want them to be able to break down, your gas, which I also want them to be able to actually, it matter for if they run out of the gas this time, your truck just won't move. Maybe your pump shuts off and everything. Your tank capacity. With your ladder, you'll be able to like upgrade the speed your ladder stick goes up. Maybe you can add extra sections to the rung, like the ladder. So there'll be quite a few different things for players to do and upgrade. The pumping's gonna be simplistic. You'll be able to just kind of go up, lock onto the pump, and then be able to turn it on or off. And then you'll be able to go to the back of the truck, grab your supply line or your attack lines, and everything just works. However, there is going to be a water gauge that'll go down as time goes on when you're flowing water. So you'll need to hook to a hydrant. But once you hook to a hydrant, you're all set. I'm still going to have randomly hydrants that like break, but all the hydrants are going to be enough to supply every truck. You'll still be able to connect truck to truck, truck to or engine to ladder, engine to engine, and stuff like that. You won't have infinity source of water. They'll actually drain the other truck as you hook it up, just as it doesn't Into the Flames 1. Player count wise, I'm looking at 4 to 8. It depends. We'll see if I can raise it higher, especially since it's coming on PC now. We'll just have to test it and see how it goes. It's going to be extremely optimized because it has to be on phones, and so lower end PCs that can't even run Into Flames 1, I'll probably be able to run this. Though it is using Unreal Engine 5, so you'll probably still need a modern graphics card. You just won't need the best one out there or anything like that. So, something else that's cool is if you buy it on your phone and you buy it on PC, pretty much you could just start a server on your PC, and then you can always connect and disconnect from your phone to the server on the PC without worrying about the server ever going down. I'll have an option so it's not so much a dedicated server, but it'll spawn you and it won't take up a player count. Like you'll be able to add an additional player slot. Um, so as long as it's running on your PC, you'll be able to play anywhere without worries of the server changing or going down. So I'll probably have like a save mechanic too, to where like if you have your role playing community server or something, and let's say you want everybody to be fresh, or at least the trucks and stuff or the stations or whatever, um, you'll be able to save and carry it across games. So we'll go ahead and we'll load up the other map, and I'll kind of show you some of the design of the open world that I've done so far. So originally this was going to be Boston themed. However, I wanted to keep this as low poly as possible, so I'm using a low poly building pack. Now these textures aren't final. I do have some nice like brick texture somewhere around here, but the game's probably going to be more New York themed again, only because most of these low poly buildings are New York themed. I'll try to make them kind of like see what I can do with like just having like a generic city. This will also use the same map as Into the Flames VR Working Alarm. So this map will get ported. The fire system is going to get ported. However, what's going to be different is a lot of things are going to be more interactable. For instance, like a fuse panel, instead of just shutting off with the click of a button in this, you'll be able to flip off the individual switches and stuff. So there are going to be quite a few differences between this and that. So you'll be able to like actually put on your mask to your face, take off your lid and stuff. So I'm really excited. I'm aiming to have Into the Flames mobile and private testing by the end of December and a release in January or February. Into the Flames Working Alarm I'd like to have out by early summer, Mayish, late May, something like that. That's the general goal. I'm not starting that from scratch. Like I already have my knowledge from my previous VR venture. I pretty much started the whole project from scratch. Because I upgraded Unreal Engine and then I switched VR plugins and stuff that I'm using. I'm really excited for this game though. I'll be showing it off a lot more. And I know it looks like, oh, I don't know how you're going to get this done in a month or so. Everything you've seen has been done in about a week so far. Originally, I had troubles with packaging this for iOS, iPhone stuff, and it was really difficult. However, the hurdles of that's gone. I uploaded to the App Store. You can't see it yet, but it's on the back end of things, and I downloaded it to my phone, and it's playable, and that was the biggest hurdle. It's over, so we can finally really start flying through development. Anyway, if you guys want to help support the game, the other game, or future games, make sure to subscribe to the Patreon. Links below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns regarding this game, let me know in the comment section below. If you want to talk about Into the Flames 1, please go to the Discord. There we have a question support section as well as a general topic session for Into the Flames, so you can talk about that. Thank you guys, and have a good night.